Germany has a problem with Gordon-on-Gordon violence. And if that statement is confusing to you, let me enlighten you. As you may or may not know, German versions of Half-Life 1 are famous for the ridiculous ways Valve pursued to push Half-Life 1 past the censors in Germany. They replaced the human grunts with robots, replaced all gibs and made the blood green. Or not visible at all. Bodies no longer exploded, they just faded into nothing. Or in the worst cases, sat down on the ground, shaking their heads in disapproval. This was incredibly silly, but it got Half-Life to a state where they could release it with a 16+ rating. And just for the record, nowadays the censorship has been lifted. You can play uncensored Half-Life in Germany today.
Sie würden sich das wahrscheinlich nicht nochmal anders überlegen.
But back in the days, yes, it was incredibly silly and stupid and confusing, as the box art still had humans on them, and when I was a kid I was wondering, when do the human soldiers show up?
It is a bit hard to see on the Half-Life Generations box, because it's very tiny, but you see, German box with humans on the back. Yeah, no, see? Humans. In the standalone box, which I used to have before I borrowed it to a friend and never got it back, the humans were bigger. In the PS2 version of Half-Life, German one, they replaced this picture here, which shows cut content of Half-Life. In the English version, there's a human grunt with a shotgun. But what they forgot is... yeah, you can kind of see them. They are human grunts in the background of the German Half-Life 2. But all the censorship was worth it. They got the 16 rating.
Censored or not, in the end of the day it was still Half-Life, no big loss there. Except for the multiplayer. There it got a little worse, as almost every multiplayer model was replaced by Helmut Gordon, turning Deathmatch into an AGV suit slugfest. But I guess that was still okay, it's Deathmatch after all. Sure, it does look a bit more boring this way, but it doesn't break the gameplay of multiplayer, so I thought for the longest time. But then, while editing the last Community Frag Night video, one of the fine people who played with us sent me their recordings, and they had their Half-Life set to German. And oh boy, by Gaben's jiggly butt, the Germans broke the game. Half-Life Opposing Force Capture the Flag features Team Black Mesa versus Team HECU. Unless you are in Germany, then it's Team Helmut Gordon versus Team Helmut Gordon.
Bruh.
And it is every bit as confusing as you would think it is. Who was the genius who thought it's okay to make both teams look alike? If you must censor it, at least make it Team Gordon versus Team Robot. The robot models look perfectly fine and they're pretty cool actually. After I saw the footage that I was sent, I set my game to German and joined a server and, well, the horror was real. Everyone is just Gordon. Everyone. And the game becomes pretty much unplayable. Of course the developers knew that this would be a crazy mess, and the whole setup of Helmut Gordon versus robots, yeah, that was a thing. They are not that stupid. But at some point, Half-Life Opposing Force got broken. If you browse the Combine Over wiki, they list all the proper models. But the version you get on Steam nowadays, well, that's the Helmut Gordon only version. To everyone in Germany still playing this old game today in German, bitte stellt es auf Englisch. And while you are doing it, enable blood and gore. The tutorial for that is in the upper right corner, or in the end card of this video. As a little cherry on top, setting your game to German also breaks a bunch of the map decoration. This dead security guard shouldn't look like this. He's got a bit of a floaty spine crunch going on there. Ouch. Oh, and in case you are wondering now, no, in the campaign of German Half-Life Opposing Force, the HECU Marines were not replaced by robots, which was kind of adding to the whole confusion. And another pretty silly thing, In the original Half-Life, the HECU Marines were replaced by robots, but the human assassins were not. So, shooting human males? Bad. Shooting human females in skin-tight outfits? That's okay. Thank you, German censors. Top-notch consistency there. So, I hope you enjoyed this little look at the game-breaking German censorship in Half-Life and especially Half-Life Opposing Force Capture the Flag. So, iMentrix, as you were suffering under this old censorship, this video is for you. And speaking of iMentrix, he is one of our many supporters on Patreon. And those people over there not only get to influence our videos, but also get to see them first. Those wonderful people are Lone Wolf, Zed Gladys, Wrapped in Glass, Cookie, Theto, Rival556, Plasma, Tome, Rainbow Flash, Grizzly Bear, Strange Module, Cop Fighter, Inter, CJ Surrit, Sir K, Ram Gilama, Whiskey, Christoph, MTD, Hub, Leggy Boy, Daniel, Fralem, Crony XS, TheoVio, iMentrix, Armon, Aussie Loco, Rolling Rock, Sidonai, Bobcat Racer, and Taco the Boss. A heartfelt thank you for your support. To them and everyone else, thanks for watching. See you at the next Community Frag Night. Until then, have a nice day, and as always, goodbye and guten Tag.